Good day. Today's lesson focuses on prepositions. We will cover commonly used and confusing prepositions, prepositional verbs, and those useful prepositional phrases. One of the important grammar points to master is the use of prepositions. However, prepositions are one of the most underestimated grammar points. According to several studies, English language learners find prepositions challenging to master due to their large numbers and different nature. While there are over 100 prepositions in the English language, Filipino has very limited prepositions. For example, the preposition or pang-ukol sa is very versatile. It can be used to indicate location, direction, time, and more. This is one of the reasons why Filipinos find it quite challenging to master prepositions. Prepositions are words that act like bridges. They show how nouns and noun phrases relate to other words in the sentence. The relationship class can be or can involve various aspects like location, time, direction, and so on. Let's look at this example. He walked to the supermarket. The preposition to illustrates the direction of he or direction of movement of he to or in relation to the supermarket. Also, prepositions provide context by helping us understand the time, location, direction, relationship, and other important elements within a sentence. She is a member of the club. The preposition of establishes a relationship of belonging or association between she and the club. So as you can see, even though prepositions are just small words, they play a significant role in building clear and meaningful sentences by showing the connection between nouns and other parts of the sentence and providing essential context. Prepositions are small words but powerful. Let's take a look at these two sentences. We are talking about the meeting. We are talking for the meeting. So here we have two prepositions, about and for. So in the first sentence, the preposition about indicates the topic of the conversation. It's like class, the subject of our discussion is the meeting itself. So maybe our discussion is related to the meeting, such as its agenda, the outcomes, or the time of the meeting. Well, this second sentence, we are talking for the meeting. The preposition for suggests purpose. So this implies that we are speaking with a specific goal related to the meeting. And this can be, we are speaking in preparation for the meeting. So these two sentences show how a single preposition can alter the meaning of a sentence. Prepositions are truly powerful in shaping meaning. Let's now have commonly used and confusing prepositions. In, on, and at are fundamental prepositions in English, but their usage can be quite tricky sometimes. In, on, and at can be used to indicate time. In is usually used for longer periods of time, just like centuries, decades, years, months, weeks, seasons, and parts of the day. So very general. While on, it's more specific. It is used for specific dates and days, like on a Monday, on May 27, 1964, on my birthday, and at is used for times of a day or times of day or points in time. Very specific, like 7 a.m., 12 o'clock, 5 p.m. And for location, in is generally used for enclosed spaces, larger areas, or when something is contained within boundaries. Like, for example, the book is in the box. Also, it is used for larger areas, just like country, city, and neighborhood. While on is more specific, it is typically used for surfaces like the keys are on the table. And on also is used for specific locations on a larger area like streets and avenues. So the house is on Oxford Street, while at is used for specific points, addresses, or locations. So in short, class, it indicates a precise place, like they live at 734 Oxford Street. Or you can also say, she works at the hospital. Uh, by the way, class, you can also use on for electronic devices or platforms, just like TV, on the TV, or on TV, on social media, on the internet. In, on, and at can also be used, like, for example, class, let's have in. So you can also use in to indicate the language or medium. Like, for example, the book is written in Filipino. So you can also use in if you're talking about profession or field, like he works in marketing. And then for on, for a topic or subject, just like, for example, the lecture was on prepositions. You can also use at for age, like she learned to play the piano at a young age. And you can also use this to indicate reaction, like they laughed at his joke. These are the other meanings for at. So we have to indicate a state, condition, or engagement in a particular activity, such as I am never at ease when taking a test. At is also used to indicate a cause or a source of action or state, like she wept at the bad news. Next, it can also indicate direction toward a goal or objective. The man over there is pointing at us. Next, it is used to express a skill or lack of it in relation to a particular activity or occupation. She is a whiz at poker. And finally, it is also used to indicate relative amount, degree, rate, value, ordinal relationship, or position on a scale, such as he retired at 65. Let's now have the prepositions to and for. To class is used to indicate the recipient or the indirect object of a verb. So like for example, I give the pen to Atasha. So here, Atasha is the indirect object or the recipient. We also use to when comparing or contrasting, like I prefer walking to jogging. Or you can also say, uh, he prefers coffee to tea. Third, we use to for direction or destination, like indicating movement from one point towards a specific destination. Like, we are going to Japan. We are flying to Japan next week. We also use to indicate distance or time. So, like for example, it's about 2 kilometers from MMCL to Pulo, or you can also say, I work from 9 to 5. For preposition for, the first purpose or the first meaning is to indicate purpose, like he studied hard for the exam. So it shows or it indicates class the reason or intention behind the action. And then next, we also have for schedule. The meeting is scheduled for next week. I made an appointment for May 9. And just like to, it also indicates recipient. Like this book is for you. So for can indicate who or what something is intended for or benefits. She sang for the audience. So that's another example. Next, you also use for to show benefits, like orange is good for health. You also use for this sentence. Are you for or against them? So if you agree with, okay? And also, it is used for function, like she was awarded for writing an excellent book. And just like to, so you can also use for time or specifically class for a period of time, just like they have lived in Manila for 12 years. Let us now have the uses of the prepositions between and among. Let's start with between. Between is often used for two items, just like in this sentence. Anne's shop is between the library and a diner. Between class here is used to indicate the space separating two specific buildings, so which are library and a diner. Sometimes between is used with more than two things. So just like our house is between the wood, the river, and the village. So here, class, the house is located between the wood, the river, and the village. So which means that uh, while there are more than two, the focus is on the position of the house in the space defined by these three locations. Okay? Next, between is used when naming distinct individual items, which can be two, three, or more. Like for example, there is a trade agreement between Mexico, Canada, and the US. So here, class, each country has a separate relationship with the others. So we use between. Next, to describe something at specific path or point. Just like Bolivia lies between Chile, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. Just like the previous example, while there are more than two, the focus is on the Bolivia's position in the space, defined by each of its distinct neighboring countries, which are these five. Okay? And for the last one, between is used to connect times or numbers and even distance to connect 2 points. Like for example, we have they lived in Paris between 1996 and 2000. So here class, between indicates the span of time. For distance, we can say the distance between Laguna and Batangas is 1,000 kilometers. Okay? And for among, usually class, we use among, traditionally, this is used when referring to three or more people, things, or groups where they are considered as a group or as a mass. Okay, so like for example, the ancient fountain was hidden among the trees. So when you say these, so among here indicates that the ancient fountain was situated within the vast forest or the vast trees, okay, or among the trees. And when the items are part of a group or are not specifically named, so these must be three or more, like trade agreement exist or trade agreements exist among countries. Okay? And then the focus here class is on the group agreement. So we use among. And then finally, to describe something that is in the middle of many things. So there is no defined path, unlike in between. Okay, so like for example, the green apple is among the red ones. So the apple or the green apple is within the mass of the red ones. Okay, so between and among. Okay, class. So from these examples, we can see that between is used for explicit, separable, and identifiable objects or individuals. On the other hand, among is used when the objects are conceived as a group or collective. Let's look at these pairs of prepositions. From and out of. Paper is made from wood. This table is made out of wood. So what's the difference between this? So class, when we say that paper is made from wood, the source is not visibly obvious. But when we say this table is made out of wood, the source is visibly obvious. Okay, so next let's have in and within. Okay, come back in 30 minutes. Come back within 30 minutes. So here, class, the first sentence, come back in 30 minutes means 30 minutes from now. While within 30 minutes means between now and 30 minutes from now. Okay, so next pair we have since and for. So both of these prepositions, class, express spans of time. I have lived here since 1990 versus I have lived here for decades. So the first sentence, class, refers to the beginning of span, since 1990, while the second sentence refers to the duration of span, 4 decades. Class, it is also essential that you are familiar with different prepositional verbs. A prepositional verb is an expression, usually an idiomatic expression, that combines a verb and a preposition to make a new meaning. In English, many verbs are followed by one specific preposition. And again, we call these combinations prepositional verbs. It is important that you learn these verb plus preposition collocations or combinations. However, class, there are no established rules or methods to determine which prepositions accompany which verbs. So we or you actually have to settle on memorizing some of the most common verb plus preposition combinations. So let's look at these examples. These are the common combinations, or these are the common prepositional verbs. Verb plus for. The preposition for can be used with a number of verbs, and it is used to emphasize purpose or reason. So, for example, we have apologize for, ask for, beg for, work for, pay for, wish for, and care for. We also have verb plus to. To is commonly used with verbs, and it refers to direction or connections between people or things. For example, adjust to, belong to, listen to, go to, talk to, respond to, and turn to. We also have verb plus about. This is used, class, when referring to things, events, like we have ask about, joke about, write about, think about, and complain about. We also have verb plus with. Usually, class, this combination is used to point connections and relationships between people or things, just like agree with, argue with, begin with, compare with, collide with, and meet with. We also have the combination of verbs plus of, like approve of, consist of, and think of. We also have verb plus in, like believe in, invest in, result in, succeed in. So these, class, points to involvement or connections between people or things. We also have verb plus at. At, class, is commonly used with verbs to indicate places, skills, and reactions such as arrive at, excel at, nod at, shout at, and smile at. We also have verb plus on, like or agree on, comment on, decide on, operate on, and plan on. Let's now have prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase, class, is a group of words that starts with a preposition and ends with a noun or a pronoun. We use prepositional phrase to add details about location, time, direction, or other relationships in the sentence. Let's take a look at these two examples. The boy with the curly hair is my brother. The prepositional phrase here is with the curly hair. It starts with the preposition with and ends with the noun hair. So this one, class, the prepositional phrase here modifies noun or pronouns. So therefore, it acts as an adjective. So telling us which one or what kind. So the curly hair modifies the boy. The second example, she is sad about the news. Uh, about the news class is the prepositional phrase. It starts with the preposition about and ends with the noun news. This functions as an adverb because it modifies the adjective sad. Okay, so again, prepositional phrases can function as an adjective and as an adverb. Class, here are some common prepositional phrases that start with in, on, at, and by. Understanding or being familiar with prepositional phrases is important for constructing complex and descriptive sentences in English. Prepositional phrases add details and context to your writing. In summary, let us recap the main points of this lesson. Prepositions are words that show relationships between nouns or pronouns and other words in the sentence. Prepositions class provide context about time, location, direction, and other connections. We have also seen how different prepositions can change the meaning of a sentence. So it's important that you use correct prepositions in your sentences. Next, we also explored prepositional verbs. Prepositional verbs class are verbs that are followed by prepositions, and together they create a new meaning. And finally, we also have prepositional phrases. So, a prepositional phrase is a group of words starting with a preposition and ending with a noun or a pronoun. A prepositional phrase class can act as an adjective or an adverb to modify other words in the sentence. Remember that it is very important to learn prepositions in writing. Because class, these contribute to clarity, accuracy, and effective communication.